Good morning, and a very warm welcome to everybody in today's Onepoint Oneness meditation session. For those of you that are here for the first time, my name is Matthew, and I'm a member of the team here at Onepoint Consulting. And we started these Oneness sessions last April. The idea was that quite a few of us have in Onepoint have a regular daily practice of meditation that we find extremely beneficial. And the idea came that it would be nice to share insights and methods, meditation and positive thinking with a wider audience so that more people could benefit. And so Onepoint Oneness was born. And we've been very, very lucky over the last 11 months or so to have some wonderful speakers, experienced meditators, and today is no exception. I'm delighted to welcome Jasmine Carter. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi there, Matthew. Hi.
Jasmine is joining us from the Worthing, a wonderful seaside town on the south coast of England. And just a little introduction, Jasmine's worked as an air hostess before embarking on a spiritual path of contemplation and meditation to understand the mysteries of the mind firsthand. She puts kindness and open-heartedness at the forefront of her practice and shares her insights on spiritual understanding with clarity. And today, Jasmine is going to be talking to us about improving self-esteem. So I'll hand over to you. Looking forward to the session.
Thanks very much, Matthew. On my desk, I have a calendar, and it has spiritual, empowering, uplifting words on it. And this morning, I'll tell you what it says: "Do not expect love and care, give it instead." And I thought, wow, this for me sums up self-esteem. It's about becoming so powerful that there's no need to take anymore. I'm inwardly fulfilled by right thinking. It then affects my words, my actions. And with self-esteem, we give as a result of and as a result of giving, we receive. It's just an automatic response. Eventually, it will come back to me. And we don't need to seek it. It happens automatically. And, many years ago, probably about 30 years ago, a free magazine came through my door. And it was a business magazine. And I sat down and read it. And I found this very interesting article. Here's me, the housewife. But it's about a company. It's about people. Conversation with another person about people. And so I sat down and I read this article. And what they were saying was that any company that lasts more than 25 years has to be a basically honest company. And what they found makes these companies last and thrive is that the people at the top, for a start, don't snitch each other's ideas. If someone has a good idea, they get the credit for it. Also, if they want to decide something on particular occasions, they will also consult people subordinate to them. So they work, they don't just make the decisions on their own. They consult others who are below them. They include them in the decisions. And also, these people at the top, they plow money back into the business. And so I really felt, wow, the bottom line is, that this is how actually a successful company will last, because it's based on right thinking, right actions. And that's what's so needed. And this actually is what gives us self-esteem, because self-esteem is very much based on having a clear, clean conscience. Self-esteem is about being honest. Self-esteem also is very much connected to holding on to our dignity. So in all situations, if you can preserve your dignity, you are, I would say, expressing with self-esteem. The thing really is that what promotes self-esteem so beautifully is the attitude of really being a well-wisher. And so that affects everything. You become a bestower. And it doesn't make you a saint or anything, it just gives you a good level of self-esteem and a happier person. And so this is really, how I see self-esteem working. There are sorts of qualities that it brings. It also brings self-respect and self-value, and it brings peace of mind. Definitely, it brings peace of mind. And it brings good thoughts towards the self, and that's what it's all about. It's self-esteem. It's my estimation of myself. So then I have a better vibration, and yes, that's when everything starts to work properly and becomes so enjoyable. And another thing was that a psychiatrist from a hospital. See, we in India, we have a hospital very close to our headquarters. And in this hospital, there is a particular psychiatrist who actually is a Brahma Kumar. And he came here to Worthing. And when he was here, we asked him to give a talk for us. And he was speaking about what keeps people out of the psychiatrist's chair. And actually, they were very, very much points of self-esteem. So I thought I'd take this opportunity of just sharing them with you. So the first thing he said was, do everything that you need to do, that is all tasks and roles, with utmost sincerity and honesty. These are very big parts of self-esteem. Roles must be carried out to a high standard. You see, we've got to feel proud of ourselves in the right way, not with arrogance. Just take pride in what we're doing. So roles must be carried out to a high standard, and we should be able to change roles as and when needed. If we're not flexible, we will have conflict and internal stress. So, in everyday thing for me, say I'm cooking and the doorbell goes, then I've got to take things off the cooker that need to be taken off and go in a good frame of mind, interrupting my cooking, and answer the door and to do it properly. So it's these sort of things, it actually strengthens us to do these sort of things with a good heart, to do them properly. So he was saying that if we are not flexible, we will have conflict and internal stress. The second point he mentioned, develop and maintain good relationships with everyone you meet. Do this regardless of their behavior. And I don't know about you, but when I haven't behaved well, I so appreciate it when someone doesn't change their attitude towards me. They're still friendly and nice, and I find I can get over it and become myself again much more quickly. The next one, because it's a very all-round approach, good diet, and have a good balance of sleep, diet, rest, and exercise. Too much or too little of any of these doesn't serve you. This includes fasting, over-exercising, too little sleep. And I heard on the radio, I just happened to turn the radio on in the car at random the other day, and two scientists were discussing how much sleep we needed. And they both agreed on one thing. We only need 7 hours. So 8 hours is a myth. And then the final point I'd like to mention was make time for hobbies. This acts as an antidepressant. If we don't have opportunities for pleasurable activities, we are acting like machines. Read, play music, meditate, etc. So I just wanted to share those with you this morning, if they're of any help to you. So self-esteem is very much about my thoughts, words, and actions, and for the need for them to be powerful through goodness, through a big heart, through wishing to be a well-wisher, to have good thoughts. And this will really strengthen me, and it will be offered to other people. And that will go round, and I'm not looking for it, but maybe come back. It's not my aim. The aim is to give. Fill the heart, become full. And so now we'll stop for meditation, shall we? I sit quietly, peacefully, and relaxed. We totally relax in this safe space that we are in. I let go of all tension. I check my feet, etc., my knees, my shoulders, my hands, my arms, and I relax them all. My head, my tongue, my forehead. I deeply relax. I take a few deep breaths and then return to normal breathing. I sit comfortably, free from tension. And concentrating on the here and now. I turn my attention away from the outside world and look inwards. I recognize that I'm more than this body. I am a soul in the center of the forehead, and I sparkle and give life to this body. I am the energy that drives the body and sustains the body. And it's my thoughts that create the quality of my life. I am a thinking being with infinite peace, love, wisdom, truth, contentment, and purity, my authenticity. It's waiting there inside me, inside of I, the soul. to be used. And so often I forget to use it. And my thoughts, led by my insecurities, use thoughts that become words and actions that are of much less benefit to me and to others. And I regret. Self-esteem is then affected. May I decide to be a powerful soul and use what I possess, goodness and inner beauty. I am here on this earth to be a well-wisher, to have good thoughts, because that is what I am made up of. Love, peace, truth, purity, and contentment. I am here to use only those. And as a result of using my mind the way it was designed to be used, I will feel better about myself and others. And others will feel warmly towards me and wish to cooperate with me. And I cooperate with them. I'm not looking for this, but it is a natural effect of me having good wishes. We are here to work together, and there is nothing more enjoyable in my mind. Teamwork throughout life. But we all get insecure and work against ourselves. But may I see the light and be that beautiful jewel of contentment and help myself and consequently help others. I will then become strong. I will finish doubts, feelings of weakness, and begin to have a better relationship with myself. I start by stopping the leakage of my inner strength, by saying to myself, full stop to waste thoughts. Thoughts that do not serve me, and start to donate good thoughts, good wishes. The relief is beautiful. I begin to shine, either so, to sparkle. And I see your sparkle. We move forward together, not in competition, just good wishes and pure feelings for ourselves and the world. Only good feelings are sustainable by we beautiful souls. Om Shanti. And now I would just like to tell you a little meditation poem. Again, I keep this on my desk. And this is what it says. To follow. To follow means to love, and to show that love in a way that is real and practical. To be safe, to become free, to know what is the right thing to do at every moment, to have a solution for every situation, to stay in the company of the divine, to be a master and a server, to take one more step to becoming an angel, to go ahead and lead the way for others to overtake you. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Jasmine. That was a really beautiful session. Some great insights into self-esteem and very calming, peaceful meditation, and a lovely poem. We had everything today. I just wondered, we have a range in the audience of some people that are experienced meditators and some that maybe a bit newer to it. And I was just wondering for yourself, if you ever find that you have a period where suddenly maybe something unexpected comes along to knock your self-esteem, or just suddenly you find that it's dipped for some reason. What is it, do you find in your practice that, I mean, you've covered this, but is there anything in your practice you find particularly helpful in getting back on track? Like, would you say it's regular meditation or anything else that you find that really helps you?
Right. Well, because we're such creatures of habit, it's very difficult for us to change. So we will get caught up by this. We will find that, we have challenging situations and we don't always behave correctly. I think the first way is to recognize that it didn't go well and to think of how it could be better next time. And then not to feel guilty anymore, because when we feel guilty, actually it saps our energy so very badly that it's very difficult to change if I feel guilty for too long. But to have the recognition that I made a mistake and that actually I'm here to give. Maybe I can apologize. It might be possible, it might be appropriate. Otherwise, just to recognize for myself that I've made a mistake. There are days actually when I carry a little notebook around with me, and I just jot down when these sort of things happen, and that helps me a little bit more to really focus on the fact that this was not good, and to then think about how, because it'll always be that I have been selfish on some level, and so then because we are coming from a very selfish place, we have been deeply sort of programmed ourselves because we didn't know any different, didn't know any better. And so we did become incredibly selfish. And there are moments when we're still incredibly selfish. So it's just a matter of, I feel, recognizing it and wanting to change that, wanting to be more of a giver, wanting to be more magnanimous, understanding. And to know that when people do these things for me, I'm so grateful. Let me give.
Yeah, really powerful thoughts. And yeah, I particularly like that. Towards it was quite near the start where you said really value it when you have other people around you who, when you make a mistake, they don't alter their attitude towards you. And I think it's a sign, isn't it? It's how we treat ourselves. It will come out in how we treat others. So holding ourselves to high account, as you said, in a number of ways, but also that balance, isn't it, of self-compassion and as you say, not feeling guilty and just recognizing and moving forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this point that you're just reminding us about, the when people don't change their mood towards us. I don't know if this is your experience, but I never forget them. I never forget that person did that for me. It just creates so many blessings when we
Yeah.
do behave in that loving way towards each other. Very forgiving, very understanding, and knowing that I do it myself, as you say. Yeah.
Great. Super.
Yes.
Thanks so much for being with us today. It's been wonderful. And thanks to everybody out there for joining us today, wherever you are. Just some closing announcements. So just to say, in the chat box on the YouTube channel, you should see links to various things. First of all, the Onepoint Oneness webpage, where you can find out about future sessions and also catch up with previous sessions, as you also can on the YouTube channel. And we'd certainly encourage people to share this channel with others, with colleagues and friends and family, because we really feel that at the moment, a lot of people would really benefit from these insights and a practice of meditation. So do feel free to share these resources so that others can benefit too. And finally, we'd love to hear from you. There's a link to a feedback form also on the YouTube chat. And we're happy to hear any feedback about the sessions or maybe suggestions about topics you would like to see covered in future. So just to say that next Friday, our next speaker is Nina Buchanan, and Nina's going to be covering rest better, sleep better. Jasmine, you were mentioning we need enough sleep. 7 hours will do if you're lucky. But yes, we need to make sure we do get enough rest and sleep. So that should be interesting as a follow-on next.
Yes.
So once again, thanks to everyone. Thanks to Jasmine.
Thank you very much for inviting me, Matthew. It's been very nice to be here.
Great, you're very welcome. And we'll see you all again, same time next week.